Hiya, welcome to LSB Feaster's radio channel and travel corner. Our mission? Keeping great radio from the past alive. Today, it's another trip to New York and 101 WCBS-FM and Marc Sommers. You know, we hear so many air checks with Dan Ingram, Ron Lundy, Harry Harrison, and they're all great. But we never hear from Marc Sommers. And he was good in his own right. Marc came from New Orleans to New York in 1979 when Rick Sklar hired him for WABC. So Marc was there in the final years of music radio, 77 WABC, and he was actually the guy who did the last regular music shift on WABC before it wound up flipping format. We had Ross and Wilson on that morning, and of course the Ingram Lundy 3-hour thing to say goodbye to WABC, but he was on overnight, which was when they did the last music show. Anyway, after the format flip, Marc spent some time on country formatted 1050 WHN and then moved crosstown to WCBS-FM. Now, he was normally working weekends, swing shifts, fill-in, and he was perfect for the job because he was good and he could pretty much slide into any place you wanted him. And on this air check, you will actually hear Marc Sommers filling in for Bill Brown. And in addition to Marc, you'll also hear a complete CBS-FM newscast with Jeff Allen. If you like what you hear, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel too if you like, and after you do, smack that bell. And you will be notified every time we post something new, which is normally every day right around 3 p.m. All right, let's go back with Marc Sommers to 101 WCBS-FM New York.
I'm sad and blue. Gimme, gimme.
Oh, please, somebody give him that thing, the Pitkins there on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.
CBS-FM remembers the summer of 1970.
Flaming Ember, 1970, a bonus hit from August the 8th, 1970. That's what we're doing this weekend for you today. Bonus hits from that week on CBS-FM, the Golden 101. Here's Rare Earth.
Your love is fading. I feel it. CBS-FM Top 20 Countdown. 101 CBS-FM.
We now begin the actual countdown of the top 20 hits of August 8th, 1970, from 22 years ago today. Well, at number 20, this singer from Queens would find her greatest success in 1971, a year later, with Brand New Key. That would go all the way to number 1 for 3 weeks for her. But this year, August 8th, 1970, she had a hit with this song. It was a debut hit, and it peaked at number 6 on Buddha Records, moving up 5 positions to position number 20, Lay Down Candles in the Rain. This is Melanie. You know, 22 years later, I still have no idea what she's talking about, but it sounds good, doesn't it? That's Melody, number 20 on the Top 20 Countdown from August 8th, 1970 on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1 with Marc Sommers. This British group appeared on the charts in late in 1969 with a song called Early in the Morning. This was their follow-up hit to that one. This one would peak at number 5. It was on Page Records, and it moves up 6 notches this week to number 19. Here's Vanity Fair, Hitching a Ride on the Golden 101. Vanity Fair, Hitching a Ride, 1970. 22 years ago today, we're bringing them back for you. The Top 20 Oldies Countdown, the music of August 8th, 1970 on the Golden 101.1 with Marc Sommers. And at position number 18, well, here's another one-hit wonder group for you, a product of San Francisco and the peace love movement of the late 60s. They went on into 1970 with this song, taking it to number 14 on Columbia Records. This week, it drops down 4 positions. This is Pacific Gas and Electric with Are You Ready? Top 20 hits of August 8, 1970. Here's another one-hit wonder. This singer was one of the original and longest-running cast members of the musical Hair. He would take this song to number 11 on Steed Records, dropping 2 positions to number 17 this week. Robin McNamara on 101.1.
Can't you see?
Number 17 on the August 8, 1970 countdown. The top 20 hits from that date. That's Robin McNamara and Lay a Little Lovin' on Me on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1. That's still a good sentiment even today. It's Marc Sommers with a countdown today. Hey, listen, here's a debut hit from the only top 20 hit from a soul singer raised in Brooklyn. He would play the leading role in the Broadway production of Hair for 2 years, and he would take this song to number 8. Again, it was on Columbia Records, too. Here's Ronnie Dyson. I love the title of this. If You Let Me Make Love to You, Why Can't I Touch You? Think about it. I don't know either.
If you let me make love to you, then why can't I touch you? Why don't you reach out and touch?
You know, I was kidding about the title of that song. It is kind of strange, isn't it? If You Let Me Make Love to You, Why Can't I Touch You? Well, the guy who wrote that song was a guy by the name of C.C. Courtney. Well, he is a guy by the name of C.C. Courtney. And C.C. Courtney was the program director of WNOE when I was in New Orleans. And I worked for C.C. I was his music director and assistant program director. And everything C.C. said was just as confusing as the title of that song. On CBS-FM, song number 15 from the Godfather of Soul, James Brown.
Get up, get on up, get up, get on up, stay on the scene.
Yeah, James Brown could take, he could take 3 words and make 12 songs out of them. Get up, I feel like a sex machine on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1. James at number 15 this week. At number 14, moving up 3 notches, a song written by Neil Young. This song was in response to the tragic events that took place at Kent State University in June of 1970. It was the 4th top 20 hit for this quartet. It peaked at number 14 on Atlantic Records. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Neil Young, too. Number 14, moving up 3 notches this week into the top 20. And we're doing the top 20 oldies of August 8, 1970. The top 20 hits from 22 years ago today on New York's oldie station, CBS-FM. Continuing with the top 20 songs of August 8, 1970, and song number 13 up 5 positions this week. Earlier in 1970, this Texas singer enjoyed a 4-week run with a number 1 hit called Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. You know who I'm talking about, right? This song was his 4th top 20 hit. It was a tune written by the great songwriting team of Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil, and it would hit number 9 on Scepter Records, up 5 positions, as we said, to number 13 this week.
101 WCBS-FM.
B.J. Thomas, and I Just Can't Help Believing.
I just can't help believing when she smiles up soft and gentle, with a trace of misty morning and a promise of tomorrow in her eyes.
The best oldies all summer long. CBS-FM.
All right, the top 20 hits of August 8, 1970. Number 12, jumping up 10 big positions. This tune was the one and only chart appearance by this British quartet. It was a song written by group leader Ray Mungo Dorset, and it made it to number 3 on Janus Records, In the Summertime.
In the summertime.
Summertime rock and roll from 1970 on CBS-FM, the Golden 101. Number 12 on our August the 8th, 1970 countdown of the top 20 hits of that date. And as light as that song was, this next one was really heavy in 1970. 1970, a year of, great summertime, obviously, but also a year of the Vietnam War. And this singer from Cleveland, Ohio, had his first top 20 hit in 1969 with a thing called 25 Miles. The next year, in 1970, he hit with this song, a war protest song, a tune written by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strone. It would go all the way to number 1 for 3 weeks. It was on Gordy Records, and it moves up 1 position this week to number 11, Edwin Starr and War.
Yeah. Stand up and shout it. Top 20 countdown. 101 WCBS-FM New
classic on Blues Image and Ride, Captain Ride. Bonus hit from 22 years ago today, August 8, 1970. On CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1. Marc Sommers and the Top 20 Countdown. Gene Chandler.
I'm gonna make a mind if it takes all night. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? You're something that I just can't miss. Baby, baby, it's a groovy situation.
CBS-FM remembers 1970.
CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1, taking you back 22 years ago today, August the 8th, 1970 on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1. That's the Assemble Multitude with a bonus hit from this week, August 8th. And the Assemble Multitude there, that is the Overture from Tommy, a knockoff of the Who's Tommy album. This is Marc Sommers on the Golden 101. We'll continue with the Top 20 Countdown from 22 years ago today with a soul group out of Chicago coming up next with song number, week at number 10, The 5 Stair Steps. Ooh, child.
Child.
The Top 20 Oldies Countdown on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1, number 10, Ooh Child, 5 Stair Steps. At number 9 this week, dropping one notch. Well, we heard Edwin Starr's War earlier in the countdown. Now, here's another tune written by that same duo, Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong. It was the 20th Top 20 hit for this legendary vocal group, The Temptations and Ball of Confusion.
People moving out, people moving in.
Number 9 on our Top 20 Countdown from 22 years ago today, August 8, 1970. Temptations, Ball of Confusion.
Remember your favorite oldies. 1970. 101 CBS-FM.
Top 20 songs of August 8, 1970. Up 2 positions this week to number 7, a song written and produced by Tommy James. It was the only top 20 hit for this New York City group, peaking at number 7 on Roulette Records, Alive and Kickin'. Alive and Kickin' with song number 7 on our Top 20 Countdown, written and produced by Tommy James. Alive and Kickin' with Tighter and Tighter on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1. And we continue with our countdown, moving up 3 positions, actually moving down 3 positions. Get my directions right here. Moving down 3 positions to number 6. Here's a lot of talent on this song. A song written by the very talented Randy Newman. It was the 5th Top 20 hit for this LA-based group, and they took it all the way to number 1 for 2 big weeks. They were on Dunhill Records. They were the biggest act on Dunhill. Of course, we're talking about Danny, Chuck, and Corey, 3 Dog Night. Number 6 this week on the August 8, 1970 countdown. Mama told me not to come.
Want some whiskey in your water, sugar in your tea.
Oh, those guys made such great music in the 70s. 3 Dog Night, Danny, Chuck, and Corey. Mama told me not to come. Number 6 on the Top 20 countdown of August 8, 1970, right here on CBS-FM. At number 5 on our countdown, down 1 notch out of the Motor City. Here's Frida Payne and Band of Gold.
Now that you're gone, all that's left is a band of gold. If you were...
You're listening to the Top 20 Oldies Countdown on CBS-FM, the Golden 101 in New York City with Marc Sommers in for Bobby J, Frida Payne, and song number 5, Band of Gold on CBS-FM. Number 4, up 3 positions this week. Here's a debut hit for this California group that was led by one-time Animals lead singer Eric Burton. This song would hit number 3 on MGM Records this week at number 4. Eric and War, Spill the Wine. Eric Burton and War, number 4 in 1970, August 8th on CBS-FM, the Golden 101.1. Spill the wine. Don't spill too much of it, though, if it's Pinot Grigio, you know. All right, we continue with the countdown. Up 2 notches to number 3 this week. Little Stevie Wonder, first of the charts in 1963, when he took the song Fingertips Part 2 all the way to number 1. When he had this hit, however, he was Little No More. It was his 12th Top 20 hit and would peak at number 3 on Tableau Records. Stevie Wonder. Signed, sealed, delivered. Well, in 1970, that one made it an even dozen in the top 20 for Stevie Wonder. Here I am, signed, sealed, and delivered, number 3 on our top 20 countdown of the big hits of August 8th, 1970, right here on CBS-FM.
Top 20 countdown, CBS-FM.
Number 2 from August 8th, 1970, David Gates and Bread. This was their first hit. Holding steady at number 2, it would be their biggest. Make It With You on the Golden 101.1.
Hey, have you ever tried really reaching out for the other side? I may be climbing on rainbows, but baby, here goes. I'd like to make it with you. I really think we could make it, girl.
David Gates and Bread, number 2 this week. Make It With You from August 8th, 1970. The top 20 countdown with Marc Sommers in for Bobby J. Bobby returns tomorrow with the top 20 countdown of the top 20 songs of August 9th, 1961 at 5 o'clock. So you join Bobby then right here on the Golden 101.1. All right, on August the 8th of 1970, here are the top 5 albums in the nation. Number 5, Paul McCartney's album entitled McCartney. And number 4 was Self-Portrait by Bob Dylan. Number 3, a great album, Cosmos Factory, John C. Fogerty and CCR. Number 2, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. 3. And number 1, the Woodstock soundtrack from August 8th, 1970, the top 5 albums. We have reached the point where it is time for Mark to go. Dean Anthony coming up in the Cousin Brucey show tonight with more of your favorite oldies for a Saturday night in New York City. And we're going to do the number 1 song now. And I will catch you, let's see, I won't be in on my show tomorrow. I'll be in for Gary's show. You got to have a program this weekend to keep up with everything that's going on. I'll be in at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so join me then. Now, this song was number 1 last week. It retains that position this week at number 1, a song that would enjoy a 4-week stay at the top. It was the first top 20 hit for this brother and sister duo from New Haven, Connecticut, and it was a tune penned by Burt Bacharach and Hal David on A&M Records, the number 1 song from August 8th, 1970. Richard and Karen Carpenter, and They Long to Be Close to You. Have a great night.
Close to